Hello everybody and welcome to my video Getting Tidier. I just wanted to say a massive thank you to all your lovely comments. I know I often say that, but they really do mean a lot to me. They're so supportive, positive, kind, considerate. You also give me lots of ideas to help me. So I just wanted to come on and say thank you very, very much for being so supportive. I've now got nearly 1,600 subscribers, which I just can't quite believe, from almost everywhere in the world. A couple more followers now from Canada, another one from Scotland and Ireland. So welcome to everybody. I'm so pleased that you're here. I hope you have a fantastic weekend and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye. So I thought that I'd do some work on finishing off the lounge after I had the big sort out behind the lamp yesterday. So the piles of things there are things that I left over. So there's a pile of rubbish that I took out of the cupboard. There's some recycling things that just need to go straight into a recycling bin. That orange box there is full of Cindy clothes that I bought on eBay. Really lovely, like 1980s clothes that me and my daughter were going to put the Cindy dolls in. But then I ended up getting a bit attached to the box, which is a box that somebody else made, which is a bit silly. So I'm going to take that upstairs, put it with the other Cindy clothes and just get rid of it. Also, we had fish and chips to celebrate last night because my husband got the job that he went for. Well, actually, he's been doing the job for a while, but he still had to go through the whole interview process. And they called him and offered him the job, which is really, really good news. My little Hoover's not working very well at all. If you could hear it, it just constantly cuts out, even though it's been on charge for ages. So that's a bit of a pain. So here I'm really just wanting to just tidy up so that the floor is clearer, rather than sitting down to watch television of an evening, or the next day you come down and you start off with everything everywhere. What I should have also done on this video, now I'm kind of seeing what a mess it looks, is just plumped all the cushions. I do normally do that, but that makes a big difference, doesn't it? So I'm sweeping round because the Hoover is not really working very well. I've put that back on charge. I think I need to get the insides, the Dyson, so I think I need to get the insides all cleaned. The filter things, I think they got a bit bad, so I need to probably wash them. That's one of my husband's jobs. I like to give him certain jobs rather than me just take on doing everything. So I then decide to just look at the cupboard, the cupboard that I said to you before about how I need to sort out. So it was full of craft items, and I was just convinced that some of the things in there I could get rid of. So I'm just showing you what the cupboard looks like beforehand. Now you see I've got those grey boxes. I've got another grey box which I bought for the cupboard, but then I couldn't fit in the cupboard. So good news. I do so much sorting, get rid of so many things, that I've got space for that grey box. The grey box that didn't previously fit in. So I'm really pleased about that. So in a minute you're going to see me take absolutely everything out of the cupboard, sort through everything, and then put it away in a slightly more orderly fashion. So I'll come back in a bit and talk about that. So at this point you can see that I've got stuff all around me. I found a little paint, sort of painting jacket that my daughter used to wear from the ages of about 6 months old to about, I don't know, about 8 or 9. I used to squeeze her into it. It's had a good time in our house, being used lots, but the time is right to get rid of it. I asked if she wanted it, she said no, so I'm getting rid of it. There you can see that I've got containers of beads, of pens, paints, crayons, Fimo, tins of pens, tins of crayons, 2 sewing boxes. 1 sewing box is mine, 1 sewing box is my daughter's. But I've got a lot of stuff. I do agree, I have got a lot of stuff, and lots of you tell me that my house is always going to be untidy while I've got a lot of stuff. But all this stuff I am going to use at some point. So I don't see any point in getting rid of the stuff if I'm going to use it. But the good thing about this video was that also I was able to get rid of a lot. There's some sort of those thick crayons that tend to be for when you first start colouring in when you're really little. I'm going to give all of those to my friend who's a nursery school teacher. Also, I've got loads of stickers. So my daughter used to have like different sticker charts. She still has a star chart, but she just writes a star. So all these different stickers, I had a container almost full of stickers. I thought, well, I'll give all those to my friend who's a teacher as well, because she uses different stickers. Excuse me, I've still got this cough. So I thought I'd get rid of and give them to her. So I feel pleased about that. There are a few pencil cases that my daughter has used and enjoyed, but she must have about 20 pencil cases. So she's getting rid of several of those. Some activity books. We've done so many maths and English books over the years. My daughter is the youngest in the school year, so I've always done more activities with her at home because I was always wary that although she's a bright little girl, I was wary that the youngest could easily fall behind. She had some children in her class that were like 360 days older than her, 354 days older than her. That makes a massive difference, doesn't it, when you're little? So she's had loads of books. So there's some things that we just never got round to doing. So like some tear-off placement activity sheets that I thought I could give to the school as well. Some fairy books that she's finished with. And some other sticker books that she's enjoyed doing some of the stickers, but there's some stickers left over. So I think rather than putting them in the bin, if they can be used at a local school, then great. So these grey boxes really do work well because I can store a lot more in them than if I just had everything loose. But as I said, I've got another grey box, which I used the other day for tie-dyeing. And the reason why it's not in the cupboard was because I could never find the space. Well, good news, I found the space. So you'll see me do that a little bit later. Got a big container of beads there. I think we might be close to getting rid of them. I don't think she's gonna want them for much longer, but at the moment she does want them. So I'll perhaps keep them for another few months, and then I'll ask her again, and we might give them to charity shop, or I might take them to my Girl Guides. Which reminds me, actually, I'm really pleased this morning. I put a notice on the Facebook local pages asking for if people have got any mugs that they're willing to get rid of, mugs and soft toys. And do you know, local community, I think I've got about 40 mugs. Basically, I'm going to put some sweets in and wrap them up and do a tombola for my Girl Guides to raise money. Yeah, so we've been driving around collecting mugs this morning. And then someone else had got all these really lovely smelly sets with different shampoos and body lotions and different things. And she put a post to say, is there anyone that would want them? And I put, yes, please, I'd absolutely love them. So my husband drove me to go and collect them today. And you wouldn't believe what she's given me. It's so generous, like about 12 different sets. And that will really help us raise funds. We tried to keep prices down really, really low so that, you know, guiding is accessible to all. It is very cheap for families and that's the way we want to keep it. But as a result, we need to do fundraising. So that will really help us. So good story there. So I've also found piles and piles of birthday cards and anniversary cards. I do tend to keep them as well, but what I decided to do was get rid of ones which weren't like for just family, sort of distant family or friends, and those special notes, I got rid of them. I put them in recycling. So I hope you're pleased about that, because I do find that quite difficult to get rid of cards. So I'm pleased with myself about that. Also, there's some different like macrame items, some die presses, you know, where you put through the machine and print out on paper. So different craft things that I know that we will definitely use. But this is really good just to go through every single box in turn and decide what can get a charity, what can go in the bin, what could go to someone, what items can go for a second purpose, second life. So some of you might remember, when I did the sort out for the dining room and went through the craft boxes, there was this pink box left over that had random stationery in, bits and pieces in, etc, etc. Oh, excuse me, sorry about my cough. So what I realised, I took that from the dining room, emptied all of it out. There were some things, again, that could be put in the bin, I could get rid of. And then I transferred the things that I wanted to keep, which were craft related, into the grey box that I previously couldn't fit in the cupboard. So I've created loads of extra space in the cupboard, and I've got rid of all the stuff in the pink box that was in the dining room. Can you all hear that I'm quite excited about this? My daughter's sitting next to me eating cockles. I'm really, really pleased about it. So anything to create more space, and it's so great to get rid of stuff that's just not needed. So I'm putting all the recycling into that pink container. And then as I'm just sitting there, I've got my daughter to come through just to ask her if she's happy with the thing that I'm getting rid of. So there was one pencil case and some crayons I wanted to get rid of, but she said no, she wanted to get rid of the crayons, but she didn't want to get rid of the pencil case, which is fine. And other pencil cases she was quite happy with getting rid of. So that was really good. There were a few different things that she's made. There was a picture which I just don't remember her drawing, so I've got rid of that. I do keep an awful lot of her pictures, but if some things it doesn't have a date on, doesn't have a name on, doesn't have any information on, I kind of think there's no point keeping absolutely everything. Our loft room, one of the cupboards in the loft room is like jam-packed full of schoolwork and school stuff. Excuse me, sorry about my cough. So all these crayons that I've got spare, I'm going to give to the school or to a local charity shop. And I've just got to decide what I'm going to do with that pink rattan basket now. So I bought the bin bag in to grab all the rubbish. So I'm putting that all in the bin bag. And then in a minute, I'll show you a video of the items which are all going to the charity shop to another home, which I'm quite pleased with my pile of things that I'm getting rid of. And I've created a lot more space in that cupboard. So thank you very much for all your tips and ideas. I find them all so helpful. You're all so kind and supportive. And it seems like lots of you are in the same place as me, all trying to get your house tidier. A lot of you are one step ahead of me, or maybe 10 steps ahead of me. So you've already been where I am, but give me different ideas, such as like the 30-day declutter challenge, where you get rid of one thing on the first day, 2 things on the second day, 3 things on the third day, and so on. Great idea. I found it a bit of a challenge when I got to day 29 and day 30, but I think it's really good. Great idea. Yeah, so this final little clip that I'm going to show you, that shows the things that I'm getting rid of. So a pile of activities, books and stickers, another book which used to not use, a pile of stickers I'm going to give to my mum, all those badges that I need to sew on, guiding, uniform and so on. All that is for recycling. And then some other bits and pieces that I'm going to give to the charity shop. So thank you very much for watching the video. If you've still got to the end, thank you very much. I'm now going to have my lunch. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Saturday and have a fantastic Sunday. And I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video.